Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Don't mind me. That's a general rule. Okay, let's see. I was just getting my toe oven plugged in. I forgot that when I had packed it, I ran out of cable ties or I couldn't find them, so I used twine, which I could have snipped except that I didn't have scissors handy, so I was untying my twine knots. Kitty cat, you want to come on? Let's see here. Oh, did he take your bed? Oh, I set up, I wonder if I can do this without unplugging anything. I set up, there he is. There he is. There's more or less something like that. I set up a dog bed in here, or a pet bed in here, I should say. And Kitty Cat has been camped in it for since the moment that I set it up. And this is the first time that Boo Bear, Mr. Moosey Bear, has decided to take up residence, and Kitty Cat is now like, well, now where am I supposed to sit? I think she's gonna go back in the closet. I gotta get a webcam set up for that. Okay, let's see here. Are the toes warm? They're gonna be. This one goes a more little. Yeah, more like that. That's good. Did you just wake up from a nap? It's 9:07 in the morning. No! Whoa, we're throwing things here. We're just getting all sorted out. I hope you're feeling better. Have you even moved house? Your background is uncannily similar. Right? I even found, it's not the same green curtains that I had a couple offices ago, but it's a very similar shade of curtains. It makes me feel all familiar and comfy. Look like you're waking up from a nap. Nah. Not even. I was just under my desk trying to plug in my toe oven. Let's see here. We got sound. Can I hear the sound? I can hear the sound. Had a little raid night last night. Got a little more Dementious progress. Not much. He's not dead yet, but you know. We had to re-clear Heroic first, so getting an hour in on him is not too bad. You had your head popped up with a squishmallow fellow. Big fans of sleep here. I am very much in favor of lots of sleep. Nanny, thank you very much for the 75-month resub. Hello, Hazel and chat. What a long and comfy journey. Thank you for all your chill and informative content. Thank you for being here all this time. Found him on Tuesday. Great fight. Nice. Good morning. Good morning. We have yet to push him to phase 3. We've gotten to the second platform. We have yet to push him to phase 3, but we have yet to have like a week where we kind of had like most of our gear, but also everybody available. Also, I want to go turn this in. I think this will help. This will power my weapon enchantments. I have my weapon enchanted, right? Yeah, okay, good. Whew. Down to the first time we got into phase 3. Oh, really? Do you think that phase 3 is easier than the first two phases? Because that would be excellent news. That would be really good. Phases 1 plus 2 are definitely the doozies, mostly phase 2. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, Sparrow. How are you doing today? My guild is on Salad King. Hitting the orbs in the last phase is an issue. We were doing, like, graphs, trying to figure out where we wanted to place the stars, basically. And we had, like, an arc here and a half moon there, and we moved them in and we moved them out. And when we finally did it properly and everybody went where they were supposed to, and when I say that, bear in mind, I'm one of the people that had trouble. I went to the wrong side once and that really threw us off. But when we finally, everybody went to where they were supposed to go, it was so easy, which was really funny because like up until that point, we had been getting to the last phase of Salad Bar just fine. Although it was like a lot of work to get there, so I was getting kind of tired of it. But but then we finally put them in like the right spot and we're like, oh, this is actually easy. It's not a problem at all. Oh, you just spread them out a tiny bit. How many mounts do you have? 1,040, give or take, roughly. Doing good. Starting to rain here in Winnipeg. A little moisture in the earth to get the plants back up and running. Milligram, thanks for the 4-month reset. It keeps saying it's gonna rain here, but then it like doesn't quite commit. We haven't had like proper rain yet. It hasn't really rained hard since I've moved in, and I'm a little nervous about what's gonna happen. Raining on Saskatoon this morning too. Does that every year. It's the first time it's gonna do it with me here though. How are the babies acclimating to the new home? Kitty cat, what do you think? You want a spokesperson on this one? What do you think? You like it? Oh, sorry. Pardon me. You're not done. Yeah, I think they're doing good. Moose was having a party this morning. He was romping. Just in the living room. He'd run around in the yard for a bit this morning, and then he was just like throwing toys while we were having breakfast. It was really cute. So I want to go to basically the raid area real quick. I am going to do Nerubian Chitin today, or at least I'm going to work on it.
The Shadow God have reinforced
She's
their
so
garrison.
pretty.
We can't let them keep this.
Having
foothold.
issues every time I transmog. Everything in the area needs to
Gather in
reset.
undirected manner
Told by Mr.
and
GM
drive
to
them
restart my
out of
scan.
their bases.
Good troubleshooting stop. Good first line of action. Hi. Oh yeah. She's very happy that I have the big bed set up in here now. She was lounging. She was luxuriating in the bigger bed. I was too last night, just because not her bed, but I had finally changed our sheets after. I didn't want to do it like while we were still sick, because I was just gonna have to do it again as soon as we started to feel better. And yesterday we finally felt better. We were like, you know what? It's fresh sheets time, and it was so good. It was so nice. I think I have 2 Lumby silk. So I can just buy 2 more of these sets. That's what I'm gonna do. Do I care what it is that I'm buying? I feel like I have basically this exact. Oh, those are cloaks. I'm thinking. I feel like I have this transmog set. It's literally the transmog I'm wearing. Kitty Rotten, thank you for the 13-month resub. Appreciate it. These are. Oh, it's just the cloaks. That's literally all this is for. Okay, that's right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that it doesn't matter. And mage paladin. I don't know. Just pick classes that you play. There's hunter. I'm sure we're gonna get basically all of them in the course of eventually, you know. Collect those. And then I was gonna turn in this. Oh. Oh, that's the mythic quest. We're not doing that. That's not happening. Oh, that's a normal quest. I didn't have that either. Well, that's kind of fun. Do I have any ethereal essence slivers? No. I have untethered Zybucha. Piece of Saladar has a small chance of dropping as personal loot from Saladar once you reach renown 12. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Alright, I'm on for it. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything important from the renown. Poke your eyes with these shoulders. Hello, Hazel. Hope you're doing well. Hi, Hazel. Hi, everyone. Hello. Yeah, exactly. Nexus King Salad Bar. Salad Bar is a fun fight. I like it a lot. It's one of the, I think it's one of the better fights from the raid. That is my, oh no, that's my new neck. I need to go, oh yeah, that's right. I spent a couple days and I was all happy that I got 35k because I had like no K before. And now I need to gem my new neck, so I'm gonna spend all my gold. I had, what did they have? Masterful rubies in the last one. I can do it here. I don't see why not. So I need 2 settings and 2 masterful rubies, and then maybe some upgrades. So we're saying magnificent jeweler setting, yeah, 2,400 each. So that's a little bit. Masterful ruby, and then 2,900 each for those. Holy smokeroni! That's okay. And I'm just gonna get rid of the old one. My new one has really good stats for me. So I take my setting. Yeah. It's so expensive to do this, but it's so much stats. I always forget this expansion that you can just buy 2 settings for each ring and your neck. Like your jewelry can just get double sockets just like that. It was a little under 10k. It wasn't that bad. It's been worse. It could be worse for sure. Inky Potion looks great here. I'm not going to put one on right now because for whatever reason I'm being stingy about them, but they're good. It makes the sand much less bright. Made new bracers last night. They're very nice. Good luck with gemming your new necklace. Oh, thank you. I'm updating my garrison on Glacinda the Troll's character. Okay, so I am, as it so happens, 880 of 1500 Nerubian Chitin. Now, I understand that this is not the final step of this quest, but it is the step that I'm on. 880 is what I've managed to get up to by sheer osmosis and no effort. So I figured I would poke around and see if, see what I can do. QP Ranger 2, thank you for the 36-month resub. Happy 3 years. Appreciate it. On that topic, the generally accepted strat for whatchamacallums, Nerubian Chitin is to do follower dungeons specifically for Arakara City of Echoes. So I'm gonna try one of those. I've been told it's about 80 to 100 chitin per run. So we'll see. I'm not like super natural at gathering stuff up and doing it really fast, but we'll have a run through here and see if this feels fun and efficient. And if I don't like it, then we can go find an outdoor farm to do. There are some of those available as well. But I'm told this is the good stuff. Morning, Hazel. Hope the move went well. Thank you very, very much. Good morning. Can't complain. We made it. We're here. I was looking around my house this morning. I was looking out the windows and I was like, I like it. I like it. Is that how you say it? Chitin? I think so. It's what I'm going with anyway. I think I've said chitin for long enough, and I don't think that's it. Did you get your Cinder Bee pollen? I did. I think I want like as many Nerubians as I can get, honestly. I shouldn't get too fixated on clearing the dungeon quickly, and I should try to clear the dungeon thoroughly. I think that's what we're talking about. I've been calling it chitin like chicken. Congrats, bee lady. Thank you. I'm just buzzing about it. We should make that a type of bee lady. Oh man. I used to play with someone with the gamer tag B-Dote, and that would have been a fun bee lady or bee gentleman. I'm on the next step of that quest. Should probably get back to it. I've been putting this off for so long. I think that the bee gave me false confidence because the bee wasn't that bad. We did the bee within the course of like a little over an hour. So I think I have it kind of fixed wrong in my head that they're all going to be that easy. I would assume this is like the middle one in terms of grindiness. I think Alinira is going to be the worst one. I think that this one is going to be not so bad. Maybe, because people are saying they're getting 80 to 100, or maybe 100 chitin per City of Echoes, and they're able to full clear. I should probably like try to gather up more stuff is what I should do. And they're able to full clear the place in like 10 minutes. I have better gear than they did because I'm doing it a patch later than that Wowhead comment was posted. I think I just need to get more comfy at like pulling a bunch of stuff. I used to be the worst possible person to run island expeditions with at the end of BFA because what people wanted to do was pull the entire island and then AoE it down. And what I instinctively want to do is pull 2 packs and then kill them, and then pull 2 packs and then kill them. Like, I have all of these years of muscle memory that just wants me to stop and fight the things that are running after me. And it's, I don't know why I have such a bad habit of that, but it's hard to break. I thought I had a tea that I was thinking about looking for, but I can't get up now because I've cut a kitty cat in my lap. Now, Nalinear, did we way easier than this farm? I just stood where Sandrays, the relic bearer, spawned. It's about a 2-minute respawn. And he dropped one every few spawns. Took me 90 minutes to 2 hours. Interesting. How much chitin do you need for what cause? I need another 574 Nerubian Chitin, and it's part of the Seasbarg Mount quest line. So I started this so long ago, I've kind of forgotten some of the details. This is what the mount looks like. The quest line starts with like a rare dropped item that's not that rare. It drops off of something. There was some mob or another that dropped it, I'm pretty sure. The rare in the sandy beach? Actually, archaeology said or whatever. Gosh. I did read the Wowhead comment about somebody trying to buy it on the auction house and they just bought the gray version. Because somebody else had that same thing with the Cinderbee pollen. Apparently both the Nerubian Chitin and the Sizzling pollen have the white quality item that you use for the mounts. And there's also the gray quality item that's just like a trash drop. And people who are either enterprising or unethical, depending on how you feel about this kind of thing, have been posting the trash items on the auction house for like a decent amount of gold apiece. So somebody could drop like a couple 100,000 gold thinking that they're skipping past the farm section of this mount, when in fact, they have been scammed. And it's a good thing to be aware. First 1,500 items, then 1,000, then 500. People were telling me that the second two are faster farms than the first bit. I know it's not going to be over as soon as I'm done this, but hopefully it'll be closer than we think. Kapow, thank you for the 29-month resub. I need to start walking by that thing. Hey, have you heard of Twitch Pro? Twitch Pro? Is that something that you can use to watch Hazel's streams ad-free? Wow. What's that? It's built into your regular Amazon Prime that you already potentially maybe have? Actually, I can't talk too much about that. I canceled my Amazon Prime. I didn't want to use it anymore. Oh, man. This does seem pretty, like, good drop rates. Even if I'm maybe not doing it super quickly. I guess, you know what the nice thing is? It's a follower dungeon. So the only person I'm really holding up here if I'm slow is me. And maybe if we keep running it, we'll get faster. But all my farming in the follower dungeon went pretty fast, good drop rate. Seems not so bad so far. Plus, you know, every chitin that we get is a chitin that we get to keep. You know, we can't go backwards. No backwards, only forward. No, I'm not worried about making the NPCs wait. They haven't become sentient yet. And I'm going to enjoy myself before they do. Need to finish the Siren Isle Mount grind eventually. Siren Isle Mount grind. Is that what we were killing, like, Vrykools up on the beach or something? Is that what that was? Also, did I kill Avanox? No, Avanox is coming. I can never get all these guys. There's so many. Yeah. That one. Defensive. It was for, like, a bird or something, right? I think that was a pretty cool amount. I've decided it's time for me to catch up on these like, expansion-wide mount farms that I have been procrastinating on. I decided that now's the time. Gonna finish getting everything from resonance crystals before I finish the Siren Isle. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna finish resonance crystals. I'm just not making enough of them. I'm gonna get what I can. But there's just so much Mog that costs so many of them. I'm just gonna keep running. Although I think I want to be a little careful about pulling too much of this stuff because they like defend each other or something. Why do we need like 9 million Genesis votes? I'm finally doing that right. Yeah, you're single-handedly generating all of this stuff. It's up to you. City of Threads, cleared everything before the first boss. Yeah, I've heard good things about City of Threads. I've heard good things about City of Echoes. I want to grab these guys. This seems pretty good so far. I'm on my first run, and I'm already up almost 100, and I haven't even made it to the second boss so far. I just want to grab a bunch of stuff. This one, maybe this one. The biggest thing is just going to be figuring out what I can realistically pull. Gotten every mount from resonance crystals, but the Dornagal civilian gear is expensive. Yeah, I remember when I thought they were going to let us earn You know those like gemmy things that you can use? The encrusted gems or whatever that you can use to buy those sets without using resonance crystals? I thought we were going to be able to get more of those, like grind them with alts or something. And I found that to not be the case. There's only so many of them, and then they don't give them to you again. And I'm going to be farming Mechanica forever. Yeah, me too. I want to do, speaking of Mechanica, I want to do my, at the very least, weeklies. I'm not really keeping up with 2 rounds of world quests a week anymore for Undermine, but I want to, at the very least, do weeklies on 1 character. Plus at least 1 chest. If I do a chat list every week, in approximately a year, I'll have my part-timer title. That'll be nice. Yeah, you can transfer cash into crystals. I keep doing that. So I don't have like a huge stockpile, but you do tend to get cash from doing weeklies, which is kind of nice. So it does kind of build back up. I sold a Mechanica map for 900k, and I'm fine since that buys the expansion for me. Yeah, not a bad deal. Yeah, I'm happy with these drop rates. I think we can do this today. I wasn't sure if this was going to be a 1 stream kind of farm. Specifically the kite, not the whole thing. I don't know about the rest of the steps. We'll have to get, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Kitty, I want to go look for my tea, but you're so comfy. You're stuck. Oh well. At least we got our toe oven on. It's chilly in here this morning. I got it cooled down very effectively. I wonder if I'm approaching the point where I don't want to leave the window open overnight anymore because it's going to get too cold during the day. I like mounts, but I don't think I see myself using any of the 3 Mechanica mounts regularly. I wonder if I'm going to use the first one I get, because I don't know when I'm going to get the second 2, because getting all 3 of them seems like such a stretch goal. But I wonder if I can see myself using the first Mechanica mount I get, just because it's so rare. Like, they don't look that, they're just recolors of mounts that we already have from other things in Undermine, but like, it's so hard to get a Mechanica mount, or at least it's such a long grind, that it's kind of, I don't know, I feel like it's kind of prestigious. I feel like I would recognize that black rocket if I saw one out and about. Like, I've looked at it enough times. What is it, the Asset Annihilator or something like that? Mech suit mounts from Undermine not flying feels bad? I don't mind him so much. I know we have other mech suits that can fly. At least the rockets.
Run out.
Maybe I've just been huffing the copium.
Run out.
Seems like a good point in the game to be doing these farms, though. Like, this follower dungeon's pretty fast. This is going pretty smoothly. It's not even the first follower dungeon that I've done this week. I did a Dawnbreaker follower dungeon to get the dungeon weekly done for Reputation. And it's like running around being like, wait, I don't remember where anything is. Not a big fan of that dungeon. I get too disoriented and lost. As much as I dislike Arakara, it was definitely not on my list for this season that I timed this in a 14 to reach my 3K before the recent nerfs. Yeah, this one is part of the current season, isn't it? Right? Yeah, because I remember doing this last boss. And also, we've been doing more of the side trash lately whenever I have been doing this MPs because they changed the percentages in here. I thought that was loot. It's just a yellow thing. What are we up to? 989. I started at 880. Yeah, this is good. I'm happy with this. I don't think I want to look and try and find other farms. I think I can just do this. Because it'll be like less than 5 of them. And I think they'll go faster as I keep doing it. I think I'm just kind of remembering my way around and how much I can pull here. I haven't wiped, so that's good. I guess I'm afraid of stuff leashing. I don't know why, though. Very important. Okay, I wanted to find out how much I could pull before it was a bad idea, and I think we maybe just did it. Although we're not wiping, are we? I've been reading for a while. There we go. What are you farming chitin for? I need it for my quest. It's a quest item. Should I res? I can res the NPCs. Fancy. It's for the Seasbarg Mount quest farm chain. I will never again vote for a dungeon just because of a trinket, especially not one I don't even use. Yeah, I don't get voting for dungeons for trinkets because there's nothing that says they're not going to rebalance them and make a different trinket better for you. And even if they it's you're still going to have a best trinket, and if your best trinket isn't from a dungeon, maybe it's easier to get. I don't know. I don't understand. But that's okay. I don't mind this one so much. I'm just biased. I like the pretty dungeons. I like the bright ones. Like Ecodome. Ecodome's cool. That's a nice one. Well, I haven't done dungeons in a few weeks. I'm going to be all out of practice when I finally get back to it. I wonder if the last boss is. Should I wait for the NPCs to catch up? Do they get boxed out? We used to make memes about, or jokes about this boss and their voice acting being literally someone just yelling into a fan. So that's exactly what it sounds like. Alright. No chitin from the last boss. But I went from 880 to 994. No waiting? It sounds so annoying. Dungeon trinkets are infinitely farmable, which some might consider a blessing. That is a good point. I'm not one of those people, but they are valid. I guess I could understand. What if you just have the trinkets just happen to you? What if they just come to you in your vault and then you don't worry about it anymore? With the voice actor strike, they had to make do with interns yelling into fans. I hope that WoW doesn't start doing generated voices for voice acting for stuff like this. That would be a big bummer. Alright, so I'm gonna grab some of these. I think I'm gonna pull the bottom of the stairs first. Because the NPCs do kind of stop and fight stuff as well, so if I pull too much stuff, assuming that I get too far away from my friends here, I'm just gonna have to run back to loot it anyway. And that's not really any faster. Yeah, this beginning section's great. I wanted to do another thing that I wanted to do this week. Maybe not necessarily today on stream, but I want to do more delves. I didn't realize it was delve week, and I can get extra undercoins, and I can get extra progress in the delver's journey and stuff that I want to work on. I should try and do. I mean, maybe I should be trying to do a little bit every day so that I can use my bountiful keys, because I have a bunch of them stocked up, and I'm sure that'll give me more experience as well. That's nice with 2 charges of Shadow Crash. Got my Delver's Journey done last night. Already? Well, look at you go. Nice. Do we get anything cool this time around? I kind of don't remember what's on it. I know last time we got a Hearthstone that was kind of neat. I have many hunts. That's a lot of delves. You get a toy that turns you into Bran. Oh, really? That's fun. I read that there's a thing that summons a transmorpher that's wearing his hat. So it's like a transmogrifier that you can summon that wears his hat and has his tools or whatever. But they're just a big fan. Is that that's a different one, huh? Those two. finally made it into 4 figures in Nerubian Chitin. That's so exciting. Maybe that's the one. Yeah, I think that's the Bran Morpher Beacon. It doesn't turn you into Bran, it summons a Transmorpher who wants to be Bran. Does he turn you into him? I thought he was just a transmogrifier. I'm gonna have to get this thing so I can play around with it. I was just reading the Wowhead article on it. I haven't seen it firsthand. Vista. Oh, definitely these ones. It's a cool twist how someone used it on stream last night. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get some more Delspin this week. This week is a good week to do it. My raid was using it. They're just yelling his lines during the raid fights. It's so funny. Oh, fun. When someone is standing in AoE, it says the Nerubian web quote. Okay, I'm gonna need that. That's gonna be fun. I need that for my raid nights. I still have an attention span that lasts for about 2 hours in a 3-hour raid, so I need something to keep me occupied for the last hour. Oh, our last hour of raid last night too was progress. So we were pulling Demencius, and it's hard healing, and we had a healer out as well, so we were under healing a little bit. My raid leader's whispering me like, "Is this possible?" And I'm like, "Yeah." My best brain cells, I think, are behind us at this point, but you know, we'll do our best. But we did make it into the second platform. This early area has like a ton of stuff. Hi Saga, how you doing today? Happy Thursday. We are farming Nerubian Chitin today. I'm up to 1,078, which is very exciting because starting at 880, we're doing City of Echoes Fall of Redemption for it. I guess. Oh look, it's a Sacred. Wow. After I do the Sea Spark Mount, I guess the next one on the list, if I'm like going back and kind of catching up on these earlier ones, aside from just making sure that I do my Undermine weeklies, would be crystals, Alanura crystals. That's got to be next. Happy Thursday indeed. Local bookstore has a sale on. 40% off. Naturally. Flirt. Nice. Oh, someone bought my Dread Horrorling pet that I posted. That was the extra pet that I got from Ecodome. I got a duplicate pet from the Ecodome weekly and I posted it. And someone bought it. Wow. That's exciting. I feel like the price for those is going to kind of tank because as more people continue to get dupes, more people are going to be posting stuff. Good opportunity to pick up books been wanting to check out, but couldn't justify buying it full price. Yeah, full price books is kind of tough, especially if it's a book that like I haven't read yet. Every time I've bought a book, being like, "Oh man, this looks really cool. I'm gonna pick this one up," and then I read it, and then I like kind of like it, or I don't like it very much, and then I'm like, "Well, this is awkward." I could have borrowed this from a library or something. How much did you get? I posted it for about 8,000 gold, which is below what my server was selling it for, but it was about on par with the cheapest ones that were available on North America. And I figured that would be a good way to hopefully get a sale on it. Well, see you later, kitty cat. Shadowlands Mirror is really something else. Got me 2 weeks to get the drops I need from them. Got all 3 waves and DHs missing the same day after 2 months. The RNG God's mocked at me. Oh, oh. These are the packs I want to be careful with multi-polling. Forget somewhere. Rebuilding your coffers. You know what? It just about pays for the new sockets, the new gems and sockets for my Hero Track neck that I got. That's good. I read Dune and liked it, and it's weird. I would love to get hard copies of that eventually, if I ever find like a good sale or something. I gotta get a bookshelf set up. I have an extra shelf that I found in the closet of this place when I moved into it that I kind of want to like drag out of the closet and clean it up and see if it would look nice in the living room as a bookshelf, because I could fit a lot of books on that. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm never moving again. So I'm gonna buy heavy things and I'm going to put them in my house. Gave you loot and raid. I know, right? It was very exciting. I'm still wearing my veteran boots, but what are you gonna do? The cloth boots haven't even, they dropped like once. We have not been super lucky getting a lot of boots out of Soul Hunters. That's something I could do today. I could do an LFR Soul Hunters to try to get boots. I'm gonna need 1 million gold. Yeah, it's not bad. No, nothing. I'm gonna pour a plum out. My hands are kind of cold. Also, my kitty got up, so I guess I could get up too. I could get my tea cozy. I'm gonna grab my tea cozy to keep the tea hot. I'll be right back. It's got my duckies on it. Ducky. I'm so comfy. I'm happy it's foot warmer season again. And I'm happy that I can plug it into the same power bar that all my monitors and my light is on, and I haven't tripped the breaker. That's pretty fun. Post an inside tour on YouTube of your home once you have it set up as you like it. Maybe. I could see showing some little bits like separately and stuff. I definitely want to be like super cautious with privacy though. I'll go through this door. I keep trying to jump off that balcony. Delves drop champion and then hero within the bounty. Yeah, I did a bounty last week and I got a weapon. But I should probably, I wanted to do the delves this week anyways for Delver's Journey progress. And like undercoins for collecting and stuff. So maybe I'll get lucky and I'll get champion boots, which would be better than the veteran boots. I just didn't want to like try really hard for boots. Because I know I want the Reshi boots. I would love to go straight from, I've been hoping that my vault would just pop them up. But my vault has not gotten on board with that plan, so. I'm still so excited for you all. It's pretty fun. I like getting the mail and looking at the flyers of like the hardware stores and stuff. And then like daydreaming about like, oh, I would get this faucet and I would get this shower head and I would get this flooring and I would do this cabinet. Cause like, I'm not doing any of that, but like it would be, it's fun to daydream, and now I have like a specific house to daydream about upgrading, you know? I have a lot of DIY spirit and no DIY experience, but you know, it's my own house. So if I make a hole in it, then it's, you know, no one's gonna be mad at me. It's just up to me to fix the hole. You should get explorer boots to change into for raids. You have higher prio on boots. I just go get like some gray ones from Classic. Oh guys, they're item level 1. Help! Help! Hi Sito, how you doing? Welcome back. I hope you're having a lovely, I was gonna say summer, but it's September now. I guess we're heading straight into fall, aren't we? I made chili last night. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. I have lots of leftovers. It was nice to cook something. I have a chest freezer now, which is highly exciting. And I want to get like some containers that I can use to like really like meal prep and freeze leftovers of stuff like chilies and soups and curries and stuff. so that I can like really stock up my freezer. And that way, whenever, if I get sick again or anything, then I can just have a bunch of stuff already made. As long as the hubby is also on board with the random holes. Yeah, well, if he wants to patch him, he can. DIY spirit. No DIY experience. Yeah, you know what? I got YouTube. I've got the energy of youth. I have, optimism. What else do you need? Fall girly. Love autumn. Got a heroic track weapon for my Delver's bounty chest today. Don't need to bother getting more crafted. I like, what's my favorite season? I like spring because so far I don't have bad allergies. Although I feel like I'm getting a little sniffier every year. But I love spring because I just love like gardening and like the everything that you can start to grow. That's very fun. Although you know what? When the rains start, then I can stop watering my the garden that's in here already. I don't really know, like, there's a bunch of stuff that's already planted, and some of it's really nice. And I don't know what I'm going to keep and what I'm going to, like, change out for stuff that I want to plant. So part of my logic is that I'm just going to water stuff with as much energy as I have, and then if anything dies, then it was too fussy for me anyway, and then I'll put something else in there in the spot. I like anything but summer. I think I might like summer better with, if I get, like, a heat pump set up so that I can have some AC. That will help. But it seems to get quite hot here pretty regularly in the summer to the point that you're kind of hiding inside during the day anyway. And when I was a kid, I would just go outside in the heat and just, like, you know, have fun and deal with it. And now I don't want to do that anymore. It's harder on me than it used to be. And, you know, we're only going to get older, so I think summer's getting downgraded. So interesting that there are 2 common words for fall. All the other seasons only have one. Fall and autumn. I'm trying to think of if any of the other ones have like a duplicate word. A duplicate word. A second one. I guess not a duplicate. No, you're right. That's it. It's the only one. Been enjoying the cooler weather here. Love spring and summer best. Walking to town for books. That for a ride right when it started to rain. Nice. Summer in hell. Yeah, there you go. I knew there was a joke in there somewhere. I planted a garden for the first time this year, but I found when planting the entire ground had a ton of roots. Apparently a large bush in the garden patch, so next year going to come up with a different pattern. I was digging a hole in an existing garden bed to make room to plant. I brought some Japanese maples with me, and I found a spot that I wanted to plant one of them, so I was like digging a hole in the garden bed to plant it. And I kept finding big rocks. I kept digging up like big rocks out of the bed. I was like, wow, this is big rocks down here. But then every time I dug up like a really big rock, my dog would like be super interested in it because I guess the underground ones smell yummy or whatever. And he like tried to pick it up, and I'm like, buddy, no, your teeth. It's a rock. Unhandle. But I got the tree in the ground. It looks good. And it can't possibly be any worse for it than what I was doing to it in the pot. I love gardening, but I'm kind of chronically neglectful. So, or at least I was. I'm doing a little better now that I have a hose. That's fun. I used to have to fill up a watering can in my bathtub and then like carry it through my apartment, dripping over everything, out to my balcony to then water my plants. And then try to like avoid the water dripping on stuff down below. And now I just have like a hose. And I even got a spray nozzle that doesn't leak so bad. Actually, it doesn't leak at all. My last one leaked. It's all very exciting. All right, 11:23. Okay, we're doing this again. Do you make your plants cry? Well, they would, but I haven't watered them enough, so they're a little crusty. They get a little crispy. Dad might giggle. Big reader understands me wanting to buy books. Yeah, I'm working on the Seas Bard quest. I'm gonna head right back in and do this one again. This is good. Florida, we can do above ground planting because all our soil has sand in it. Oh, tea good. Tea's nice. Code Rod, thank you very much for the 71-month resub. Happy belated birthday. Thank you very much. I'm feeling wonderful. Was a pain to grind, convinced the intern wrote it. I think sometimes they just want to have some stuff that's a little grindier. You know, just so that we can feel a little hard done by, you know. Sometimes you just want to like complain about something while you're farming it. I don't mind having stuff like this as long as there's some things that you can get that are like a little faster. I like a nice spread of mounts to farm. I want some things to happen in like a day. I want some things to take a little while longer, and then I want some things to take months. But ideally just one thing. That's my big problem with the miscellaneous Mechanica farm. Is that there's 3 mounts and like a bunch of pets on it. If it was just one mount for 25 Mechanica and the Mechanica drop rate was like this, I would have no problem with it. It would be like, oh, that's a prestige farm, you know? There's hard content for people that do dungeons. There's high rated content for people that PvP. Why should there not be, you know, inhumanely grindy content for people that just like to grind, you know? Like there's, I think it's fine. I think it's like the elite content of mindless grinding. But there's just a little, I like it when the spread is nice and smooth, and that was my problem with Mechanica, was there was way too many things on it for how low the drop rate was. If it was just one, because I don't even have one yet. It would be a lot more exciting if I was about to finish, if I was about to get my first mount, and that was the only thing on it. Not me, patience view is very short. Plants make a noise that is equivalent to crying, we just can't hear the frequency. I've heard that. Also about the thing about them communicating with each other through the soil. Very cool. I think that I can't get too worried about the ethics of harming plants though, because at a certain point you gotta live in your ecosystem, and I'm not interested in hunger striking, so you know, some carrots are gonna have to die. And chickpeas, you know, the lentils. The lentils are in danger. Oh, steamed up my glasses. When's the dim heroic normal guide coming out? As soon as it's done. As soon as it's done. Assuming that I finished it. I know I said as soon as it was done for the last 2 tiers, and I never did. I never did an Onsurek or a Gallywix guide. So it'll be really exciting if that guy went over Dimensions. Raid guides are amazing. Thank you. I have it written. I have the voiceover recorded. I have footage. I need to get in and do some editing. But I also want to make sure I get a news video out this week because I skipped the last 2 weeks because I was pretty sick. I only eat fruits and veggies that have already fallen off the plant. Speaking of which, would someone mind shaking this tree for me? Super hungry. The arrogant worms have a song. Carrot juice is murder. I mean, carrot juice doesn't sound super delicious. I like carrots, but must we juice them? You know, if you're gonna murder a carrot, you may as well get the fiber out of it. It's my best goblin accent in town. I read that bears like carrots. I'm wondering if it's true, but I haven't found any bears to ask them. This is one of mini ones. This grind is fast enough that it feels pretty self-motivated. Like every time I check the number, it's like appreciably up enough that I feel like we're really getting something. You know? Especially when it took me like a year to get to 880. Our news video from a few weeks back where Moose threw a go for a walk tantrum. It was adorable. Yeah, he's a funny guy. That's his exact tantrum too. Like he does that anytime that he really wants us to go out or like pay attention to him. If nobody's paying attention to him, it's like that's the extent of what he's gonna do. He's gonna stand in front of you and he's gonna go. It's so cute. Oh man, we have a lot of hard floors, like laminate plank floors in this place, and he was romping around this morning playing with his toys, and it was really loud because of his nails on the floor, because I need to trim his nails a bit, but also I think they're always going to make some sound. I was joking with my husband, it's like, oh man, if we get 2 of them, it's going to be so loud. It's already loud with just the one of them. Not that we're getting another dog right now, but maybe eventually. Poor guy could use a friend. In the city, he had a lot of friends, and we would meet lots of friends on our walks, but it's a little quieter out here, and I think the guy's lonely. It's a little different. Look at this stuff. Look at this stuff. Delicious. Maybe Skittering Breach Delve is also pretty good for taking a bit further at these. Just a smidge. I'm all over the place since I was reading it. Well, that's totally fine. You're okay. You mentioned it yesterday. Wife is angling for a golden retriever. Existing mud is enough for me. I love goldens, but I'm a huge sucker for a shelter mutt. The more indistinguishable, the better. No, I understand that it might change. I might not be the biggest priority in Moose's life anymore if I get him a sibling. How selfish would I be to not get him one just because I wanted to monopolize his attention, you know? If I feel lonely, I can just whine my husband and be like, "Babe, honey, my puppy doesn't love me anymore," and then he'll bring me like a cup of tea or something. Got a rescue black lab dropping a lot back in February. She's a sweetie. Respectful. Yeah, that's tough. It's really sweet that she's got you guys, though. I have like a soft spot for anxious dogs just because I'm an anxious person, so I feel like I get it. Like whenever they're like really having a tough time, like I know. There's nothing that's really gonna make this suck less, but you know, I'll be here for you. Plus, I'm a decent match for, and Moose isn't an anxious dog at all, but I'm a decent match for anxious dogs because often it's better if someone is able to stay home with them, which isn't always possible, but with me it is because I'm home all the time anyway. I don't like traveling. I do this for work. And my favorite thing to stay home and do for fun is putter around my new yard and otherwise play video games. Maybe cook something, you know. Big homebody. Yeah, not in a big hurry to get other animals. Pet food's pretty expensive. Vet bill's obviously expensive.
Crowd control.
Want to kind of make sure that we can afford anybody that we bring into our family. I mean, it's lovely. I can spend time with this dog while he's out. Do your in-laws live close by? No, it's a bit of a trip. They do come visit sometimes, but it's a bit of a trip for them to come visit. Come on, Susie. Don't go anywhere except I have to go there. 7 hours away. Oh, to see in-laws? That's a long trip. Don't like it. Do you drive or is that like a flight? I've always been a cat person because I find dogs too high energy, but our pupper is such a sweet dog that would fall in love with her.
Crowd control.
They're both so precious. They're both so sweet and fun with each other, and they're so like individual. Kitty's been really chatty recently, which is fun because she's very. I've known her for a long time. We've been together for 11 years now, my cat and I. And so when she says meow, I know exactly what she means for the most part because she's got very specific communicative tones. And I swear that we've hung out enough that she kind of meows in my speech patterns a little bit.
Crowd
like
control.
Maybe it's just because like we've hung out a lot, but like I swear that her tones and her exasperation sometimes sounds like my sarcasm voice. I think I'm just cracking a little bit, but I feel like my cat sarcastically meows. When he drives, I hide in the back seat with two of the dogs. But she's funny. When she gets exasperated, she'll hit you with the meow. She likes to do it right in front of her water bowl when she wants you to change her water bowl, which may or may not have to do with the condition of the water bowl. I think mostly she just wants to know that you're looking out for her. Yeah, you're probably mimicking you. She might be. Here is a valley girl. She's got a real valley girl meow she could use. Saw a cat on YouTube called Miss Muffy. She just turned 26 years old. 26. Wow. That must be a very wise one. 1,226. Only another
Run out.
274 chitin to go. That's not too bad. Quite small. It's like getting still.
Run out.
I tried my dishwasher again last night. I thought the reason that it wasn't working very well was because it's quite ancient. We've discovered that it's from 1994. So it's kind of a bit of a senior. And I had kind of like cleaned it, and I'd read the manual, and I was trying to get it working because like it works. Kind of, but like it has yet to get anything even remotely clean. And my theory was it was because the little door that is supposed to pop open to release the detergent into the dishwasher was like so, the springs were so old and the thing was like so corroded that it just didn't want to pop open anymore because it was quite hard to get open. So I was like, well, I'll just chuck the detergent in the bottom and maybe that'll work. And I've decided I'm giving up on it because it once again did not clean anything. If anything, it makes things dramatically worse because it just bakes whatever food was left on the dishes onto the dishes because nothing is removed and it just gets heated. So I think I'm giving up on the vintage dishwasher. I think we're going to replace it eventually. It's not first thing on my list. I've got a couple of things that I'd like to do before that, but at some point it's on the chopping block. And I'm a little bit disappointed because if I could have gotten it working, I was going to be like, wow, if it's been working since '94, then maybe it'll keep going for another 10 years. They don't make them like that anymore, but apparently I think it's a bit of a lost cause. The rack is also like super warped, so it doesn't hold dishes very well. Doing level 1 Nerubian delves. Usually get about 20 every completion. Takes a few minutes. Not too bad. We're getting 100 and something for every follower dungeon. I don't know how long the follower dungeons are taking me, but I'm not that fast with them. 21 going on 22. Here is technically a senior just because they start calling them a senior as soon as they get to about 10. And you're 11 now, honey bear. Oh, she's not gonna. She's pacing in front of her food fish. I'm very curious to see if she likes her new food. I'm just about at the point where I'm going to start mixing it with her old food. I like to wait until kind of the last third of a bag and then I start mixing the ratios together, but I'm curious if she likes the new stuff. It's more expensive than her old stuff, so maybe it's better. Moose certainly liked his new food. Whoa, careful. Way up to 1236. Am I getting any gold worth talking about? Yeah. I don't know. I'm looting a little bit of gold from the trash pulls. It counts. It's worth something.
Watch your step.
It's nice that the bosses basically fall over like a big trash pump. You don't have to do any mechanics. My cat's age chart says 11 is 60 human years. Watch your step. Let's do another one. I hope. I don't think I'm going fast enough to run the risk of whatchamacallem, hitting instance lockout cap. Which reminds me of it's been a while since we've done. Remember I was doing those Scalamots runs? Old Scala? There was one more piece of transmog I needed from that batch of last bosses. Just one. Oh, I fell. I tripped. Oopsies. It's a hard time taking that boss seriously because it sounds like she's yelling into a fan. Precisely. no drive to Mythic Plus this season, and I've heard it's the easier season too. I've been having a lot of fun, or I was having a lot of fun when I was, before I got sick, but it's all about having the right people to play with, I feel like. It's hard to keep up the motivation if you're plugging it, I think. What did I get to? 2409. Oh, I haven't done any this week. I guess I need to do a few more 10s. Although, I think those are the 10s that I already have portals for, so I think I have a full round of portals. It would just be for score. Gonna try. Been in a funk. Yeah, that's fair. Hopefully you find your groove. Cat made it to 20 before crossing. I love senior kitties so much. I wonder if I adopted a senior kitty one day, if my dog would be able to contain himself. Without just like royally irritating it. And he managed to contain himself around Kira, but it took him a whole year to work up to it. I'm hoping that's a transferable skill. Let's do these bits. We're nearly up there. I bet you I need to do this dungeon and then maybe one more clear, and that should do it. You doing daily quests? I am working on the Seasbarg Mount questline. It needs you to get 1,500 of this Nerubian Chitin quest item from Nerubians. And this whole expansion so far, I'd managed to get 880 of them just from like regular stuff that I was doing anyways. I've decided that today's the day that I'm going to actually work on it. So I'm doing the City of Echoes follower dungeon. And I'm doing it over and over again, getting about 100 and change chitin, I think, per run. Mine doesn't walk well, but when she trips or falls, she still acts like nothing happened. Oh no! Oh! Speaking of which, speaking of which, keep seeing that in my characters. Haven't done much with it. Yeah, there's a mount at the end of it. Yeah, Kira will bump into stuff because she can't see. But when she does, she just kind of like shakes it off and then like grooms. She does like the embarrassed cat thing. Not that she has nothing to be embarrassed about, but she does it anyway. Nobody saw it. If I didn't see that coming, nobody saw it happen. That's the rule. Bella bumps into stuff too. Eyesight very poor, deaf, poor little 14-year-old Chihuahua. Aww. 14. Oh my god. She sounds like a sweet. I used to like meeting little older like Chihuahuas and whatnot, because I would meet lots of people's dogs in the city because my dog would introduce me to the people, and then I would ask if I could say hi to their dog, and most people, actually pretty much everybody, I don't think anyone ever said no to me. We're just happy to have someone, greet their dog. And the older ones are so funny because, if you meet like a golden puppy, it's gonna have a cow because they're just, sunshine embodied. But like an older Chihuahua is gonna kind of look at you and go, like they think about it, and that's, I think it's really cute how much like personality and, I don't know, they just, they're really rewarding to get to know. And then if you run into the same one a few times, they'll be like, oh yeah, I know you. I know you. You have treats for me. Old man or old lady persona. Yeah, they're like a little crotchety, but like it's really sweet when you get to know them. Oh, Milligram, I'm so sorry. That's so hard. Nice. Boss is coming in. Another sack brute. I can put it with my collection. Yeah, it looks like we cleared that first area pretty good. Under 200 left. This is exciting. We're gonna be able to find out what we're farming, like where we're farming the next section. I'm gonna wow at it when we get there. We'll worry about that soon, but not yet. So I'm gonna do these guys. I want to make sure to do those big ones, the blood guards, on their own. I think that's the trick here.
Crowd control.
Once we get this crystal, we'll never have to do it again. Hi, Mr. Sonic. How you doing? Happy Thursday. Hope things are going well with you. Today I'm farming Nerubian Chitin. I'm finally working on the Seasbarg questline. We started our day at 880, and I've been doing Arakara City of Echoes follower dungeon. It's been good.
Crowd control.
I'm very happy with how fast this is going. It's about 100 and change per run. Doing it still in the Nerubian Chitin part of it, 80% of the way through the Venom. We're almost there. I had been doing this passively up until today. I didn't want to I thought maybe I could get through the whole expansion and I would just eventually have enough chitin from doing, I don't know, dungeons that I was going to do anyways and delves and whatnot, but I don't do as many dungeons and delves as I thought I was going to. Turns out this is quite a bit faster, especially now. Like, I know people were doing this to grind it out last patch and even the patch before that, but now with the current level of gear that we have, I'm at a level 709, so we're cruising. Different than buying chitin to make gear? Yes. Yeah, this is a quest item chitin. It's a different one. And they're not transferable, unfortunately. I know there's been some people that have gotten a bit confused and tried to buy the chitin to do the quest, and it's not quite how it goes. Is this crowd control? I think so. I haven't tested all of them myself, but this is what the Wowhead comments were kind of pointing to as the best option, and I've been very satisfied with it. Just Arakara follower dungeons. Nice and easy. I think you could do it a lot faster as well if you were somebody with like better movement speed or better AoE. I think you could really smoke through this about fast as a chitin because I'm always leather worker. Interesting for them to do something where you could buy a whole ton of materials for a mount. Have they not done that before? I feel like it sounds familiar. I feel like it sounds like something they must have done.
Run out.
I still don't have, speaking of mounts that you're buying a bunch of stuff for, there's a...
Run out.
What is it, an engineering crafted mount this expansion? What was that? You were getting items to drop, or maybe you were buying them? I think I would maybe worry about that after Alanira, if I was going to worry about it. I have like 2/3 of a memory. Do left side first. Oh, and your drop rate's so low. Someone here was saying that they found a mob that has a good drop rate for the crystals that spawns every couple of minutes. Something about sand. look into it when the time comes. I got a few more steps at this quest line, though. I am 2 out of 10 Elinor shards currently. But it's nice to catch up on mounts that I can get in-game. Make me feel better about all the trading post mounts that I'm not buying because I'm too cheap. Did you ever get the Jailer's mount? I did. I got every mount that I was farming for from Collector's Bounty with 2 exceptions. I did not get the Sylvanas mount, and I did not get the Nyalotha mount from N'Zoth. Everything else dropped for me eventually. Yeah, that's exactly. There you go. That is the lowdown. Still works. Collector's Bounty was so fun. Those were great streams. Sandra's the Relic Bearer. Rare at the Beachy Archaeology dig sites. I didn't even know we had archaeology dig sites in the War Within. I kind of thought they didn't do any archaeology. I got a few, but I was happy with it. Not have mounts I didn't have before. It was an event that made me remember how much fun mount runs can be. Although I haven't done any since. I guess I'm just holding out hope that they're going to do another event eventually, and I've had enough other more like currency-based mount farms or other types of mount farms to work on in the meantime. I'm not caught up. Oh, it's not an actual dig site, it just looks like one. God. Do you think they like got halfway through adding them and then were like, never mind. Archaeology is dead. Let it rest in peace. Bring it back. I liked archaeology. Although I'm sure that if I missed it enough, there's still things that I could do to, there's still things I could certainly farm for from, like, original archaeology. Transmogs. I know I got the mounts and the pets from it, because that was kind of where my collecting was at, but I've started collecting transmogs since then, so I'm sure there's, like, dwarven robes or something. What is my archaeology percentage? That's an excellent question. Professions, archaeology. 5? Oh, it's got achievements in here for some reason. Oh, and like quests as well. That can't be right. The 5 is not collectibles I'm missing. It's including all kinds of stuff. Like, basically like full completion. It may also be looking at character specific, and I don't know if I did a lot of archaeology on this character. Yeah, that needs some filtering. It's funny though, because I never have like achievements or anything tracked in all the things. Like if we look at my all the things settings, I'm not tracking achievements or quests. For whatever reason, it's just showing them for archaeology anyways. I don't think I need to do this last boss. It doesn't, I mean, there's no reason not to, it's right here, but it's not going, I don't think it gives me chitin. Give you things that can count towards other things?
What's your step?
I don't think so. Like, not, like, I don't think I need to do restored artifacts or whatever it was for any Mog, though. Well, or like, it's showing me like the this side up achievement. Or like, ancient war, oh, yeah, you're right. There's a toy there. Is it just, and then restored artifacts. It says I need 3 more restored artifacts for something. I guess maybe, yeah, if there's like some... Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Because I'm missing like this staff of Sorcerer Thane. And what else? Yeah, there's a couple of cosmetics. That's annoying. So if I got like those 3 things or whatever, I bet you the 5% would go way up. It's just counting them funny. Yeah, too many nesting categories. There's probably no super good way to do it. Yeah, I like the Data for Azeroth website better. I like using all the things, Data for Azeroth and Simple Armory, depending on what it is that I'm looking for. I like mixing them all up. Is there anything I need from this? Not that I could get on this character. But this quest is not account-wide, so... I don't think, anyway. Pretty sure it's not. Wow. Let's see how close we get. We might need one more run after this one, or maybe we'll get close enough. We'll see. I don't think I'm getting 140 per clear, though. Let's do this. I wonder how my band selection is doing on for my server. I feel like I've really... I can't look at that because if I look at it, I'm going to want to spend my Trader's Tender on mounts. Even ugly ones that I'm not going to ride. And if you try and get every mount for Trader's Tender, you're not going to have a lot of tender left. There's just too many of them. They're too expensive. Wow. Plus, I feel like I use Trading Post Transmog more often than the mounts. I like the costumey transmog set. We're almost at our last 100. It's nice that this is something that we can kind of like pick up and do in one day. I thought maybe I would just have to make my peace with doing like a third of it or a fifth of it or something like that. Satisfying. Plus, I'm sort of looking forward to vendoring all my grays later. Oh, that was a lot of chitin. We're up to 14. Yeah, maybe this will work, actually. I bet you the efficient thing to do is probably to just do this front room up to the first boss, and then reset it and do it again. Assuming you're not going to run into instance lock it. Like, there is more chitin in the rest of the dungeon, but this is probably the best density that you're going to get. Quicker than I thought it would be. Yeah, I had it in my head that it was going to be way worse than this, which I think is why I hadn't done it yet. My next command. Halfway to the Infinite Delver title, 1,000 delves. I think I need help. You're way ahead of me. I've made my peace that because delves are sticking around, I'm gonna have to get those done over like many expansions. Several at the least. I did this at the start of the expansion before they nerfed the hyperspawn cave in Isle Dormant. Resetting after the second boss is supposed to be ideal. Gotcha. Yeah, the full clears aren't bad. This is definitely pretty good. I think that if we finish this instance, we'll get the rest of them. Much nicer with modern animal. Came with 455. You mean there's another 500 after that? For Dells? Yeah, I'm at 241. Yeah, there must be. There must be. I don't even have. I have 156 Bountiful Delves done for the title and the cosmetic. I'm about the same number of motes doing that farm as you are doing this one. Is the spot for the mote farming the same, or is it different now that the expansion's over? We used to hyper spawn them. There was like a little pocket that we would use in a group during chat spins. Same spot? Gotcha. I haven't decided which hunter I'm going to gear up this patch. I've been gearing up a different hunter every patch. I have so many options. What if the answer is none of them? What if the answer is a new one? Clearly an additional hunter is required. You never have enough hunters. I mean, we don't even have one of every race yet. I don't think I'm going to get to one of every race. I think I would burn out right around the dwarves. One dwarf hunter is enough dwarf hunters. I don't need an earthen and a dark iron and a regular dwarf. I'm not even sure I need one dwarf hunter.
Crowd control.
We delve 838. Holy smokes. Nightborn. Yeah. I need Cultirin. That would be kind of fun. I like Cultirins. I like Cultirin males a lot, actually. Maiden Night Elf Hunter. Classic choice.
Crowd control.
Orcs do have increased pet damage. And then Magcar orcs have something. Something that made me feel like it was a good idea. Because I have a Magcar orc.
Crowd control.
Health. Pet health. That might be it. Did you have the cool tattoos? Troll hunters are always fun. I must have at least one of those. I think I do. I think she's wearing troll heritage armor. What if I need a male Zandalari troll? That's something I don't have yet. Oh, 30 more chitin. This is so exciting. Bet you we can get in the last half. I don't really want to reset. I get a mini lust for racial. Enjoyed that during the BFA raid when I got turned into a troll. I thought it was so cute that they would actually switch our racials when they switched us in Battle of Zarlor. I was always a gnome, so I would get turned into a goblin. How do you use a rocket jump?
Run out. Run out.
see if we can scrape 29 chitin out of the rest of this place. Maybe. Maybe not. There's a lot of trash in here. I don't know how much this stuff drops it though.
Once, my people thrived under the guidance of the Black Empire. We never refused to reclaim that.
It breaks your mount keybinds for faction specific mounts. That's for a level bit. I think it's more jarring when you're used to having your regular racial and you're like, wait, where is it? What happened? I thought it was a fun little touch though. It was just for one raid. How fair is the chitin farm? That's good. It's going good. It's going good. I started at 880. I've been going for an hour and a half, and I know it took me a while to get started. And we're up to 1,471. We're nearly finished. We're hoping to get the rest of them out of this clear, but if not, the entry area of the next one will do it. Especially because I'm getting nothing here, so maybe this why. Maybe this trash doesn't give you anything. I was at 1471 after the second boss, so we'll start again. Nearly there. Just about, yeah.
Many deals for a friend of the grumble.
And then we get to figure out what our second step's gonna be, but I'll have the first step done. They can never take that away from me. The harvest will prevail. Doesn't hit quite the same without a fan. It's cutie nut. After this, we'll take a short break, and when I come back, we'll have to look through, poke around online, and see what people tend to recommend for the next step of this, because I know there's going to be another step. But I got 18 more. This is a good spot, though. Four more. Two. Curious if they'll let you do follower dungeons for War Within once midnight is it? I mean, we had follower dungeons in Dragonflight, so you could. Did they let us do those ones? I'm assuming if they don't let us do those ones, then they won't let us do these ones once midnight comes out. So now would be probably a good time to do this. But I don't know. I haven't tried to do Dragonflight follower dungeons. Nice. All right. We did it. Those are chitin words. Okay. We're getting out of here. Thunderstorm time and sunny. Ooh. That's fun. That's always so spooky whenever it happens like that. Or like it starts raining, but it's like bright sunny skies. The rain's just coming out of mysteries. I will be right back. Okie dokie, hello. go head to Ashgahet, which I feel like I haven't been in a little bit. Go turn this in, see what's next. Yeah, it's a good point. You'll be able to do normal versions of the, like just walk into the normal versions of the War Within dungeons by then. It might be easier actually not to not have NPCs pulling things for you. Okay. Let's see here. We get rain in the sun surprisingly often. Makes for very cool rainbows that feel absurdly close. Working on heroic or mythic mode these days. Oh, Mana Forge Omega. I keep thinking, every time someone says that, I think that they're talking about Mythic Zero, and I get very confused because it's usually a question like that. I'm not a Mythic Raider. I never have been. I have no plans to ever become one. So we're working on heroic, and once we've finished heroic, we'll probably re-clear it once or twice, and then be done. Maybe double rainbows. We saw a double rainbow at the beach last year. That was pretty incredible. It was like over like this panoramic ocean view. It was amazing. Nice. Okay. Venom? More like get 'em. Collect Nerubian Venom. From where you find it up to your 1,000 Nerubian Venom. Let's pull up the Wowhead page for this quest and have a little read about have a little read. See what people are saying. Assuming that my browser's okay. I need to restart it. Unresponsive, my goodness. 1,000 Nerubian Venom. It's gonna be really funny if we're just going back in City of Threads. I think we might be. City of Threads is actively faster. So I guess we're going back to the exact same place that we just were. Let's see it. Let's see how. Oh no, hang on. That's City of Echoes. So City of Threads is a different one. It's the other one. Wow, a different dungeon. Imagine that. Double rainbows about half the time. Yeah, it's funny that we're killing the same mobs. No double dipping, apparently. Alright.
You've arrived.
I don't expect to necessarily finish this today, but I'm curious. Because I think there's another step for 500 to something else after. I'm curious as to how this kind of feels. Like, how fast this feels like it's going to be. Dungeons NPCs? Yeah, these are called follower dungeons. They first started doing these in Dragonflight. They have these like AI dungeon NPCs that will come with you. Kind of like they do if you've ever done the starting area, the modern starting area. They do a dungeon with you at the end. Got my 2K, my MTC, and I've never heard of this. They probably aren't very relevant to you. I usually use follower dungeons if I need to do a dungeon quickly for like a quest, you know, maybe getting your weekly rep quest done. It's usually good for that. So I think my plan is to full clear this City of Threads, pardon me. Full clear Threads. I wonder why Threads is better for this one. Maybe we should try Echoes and compare them. We'll do this whole dungeon, see how many we get. And maybe we can do the other one and see if we get any there, because it's pretty the same stuff. Where do you get the quest to start it? Their quest item drops from something. Let me look that up again, because it's been so long that I've forgotten. I picked it up like a year ago. See a spotter. Find a guide for you. It's like a rare drop. Let's see. The blood, it's not that rare. It's a high drop rate. So you need to get a vial of Tekakath's blood, which drops from the rare Tekakath. Is an Ajkahet rare that drops this blood vial that will start the quest line for you. So here's the Wowhead page for the rare. Yeah. So you kill that rare, and he has a very good chance to drop you a quest item. I'll get you started. Having fun with the farm for Seasburg? Yeah, it's not too bad so far. We managed to get off the first step. That's fun. I'm finished with chitin, and I'm now moving on to venom. I'm trying out City of Threads to see how much venom I can get out of a clear here. These names are not meant to be spoken. Yeah, I feel like if you had that many T's and K's adjacent to each other, there's probably something that's supposed to be done. Or maybe they're trying to emulate the sound of like a Nerubian clicking. About what's faster between this and the dungeon that we were just doing. Writing this in my notes with all the other mysterious things. I wonder what the collection rate is on Seasburg. It looks like 6% of people have it now. So definitely less commonly finished than the meter bee. It's a cool looking one. I don't think I have anything else that's quite like this. I think that's a recolor of the Sureki Sky Razor, which is on Surek's mount, if I had to guess. I think that's what we're looking at. I don't remember this one very much. I know we did it in Mythic Plus for a long time. I've just kind of forgotten it. I'm pretty sure I'm doing this one wrong. Is this really the first boss? Maybe I've approached it in like a funky way. I feel like we usually come from that way. Write the bee one down too. The bee I feel like you can do in one day easy nowadays, because people will do groups for them for skinning farms, or for Alonira shards. So I found joining a bee/wolf farm group and we had that done in like an hour and a bit. Never finished the BFAB mount jelly one either. Yeah, that one takes a little longer. It's a cute mount though. Make sure we're not missing out on too many Nerubians. What are the odds that when we get to the third step of this quest line, they're also going to want things that drop from Nerubian? I'm back. Need to break some more brain slightly melted. Dungeons. Follower dungeons. We're finally doing the Seasbarg Mount quest line. I did City of Echoes for a while. We were in there for a hot minute. I can't kill these guys. Can I kill these guys? No, they're not mad at me. They're just so friendly. That's what these guys. Yeah, he is a really cool mount. I need to look into this now. It went a lot fast. The chitin went faster than I thought it was gonna. Although now that I need 1,000 venom and I'm starting from scratch, I feel the wind is leaving my sails a tiny bit. I mean, at least we only need 1,000 and not 1,500, I suppose. Something about starting over. How do you find the chitin? I had great success with the City of Echoes follower dungeon. I was getting about 100, 120, maybe even a little more from farming that dungeon. And if I was to do it again, I would stop killing after the second boss, because I don't think you're really getting much of anything out there.
We'll need to blind them to meet the vizier.
finished the Insane last month, right after Collector's Bounty. I'm done grinding literally anything for a while. I don't blame you. Holy smoke, that one's wild. It's such a cool title to have, though. Oh, not this. I forgot about this. I've never been in charge of revealing any of the spies. I just usually follow people around and, I don't know, listen to the music in my head.
One of answering spies has fallen.
So following the path, because I know there's like set spawn points, but I don't know where they are. I have to farm at the same time as the Alan. You're dropping that. It takes longer. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. 2 birds, 1 stone. I'm excited to try out Ryok's Alanura farming method. I want to see how that goes at some point. See if that's still good. I'll burst so I don't burn out. Dresden, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Hope you're having a lovely September. Yes, it's square. I don't know if I'd want to tank it, but I can manage it with the robots. So we got roughly 50 venom from doing the first bit of this dungeon. I'm wondering if, like, the strat for this one is to not do the whole thing, because this part seems to take a little while. I like that the NPCs ping. Is the play for Alanir Shard still the beach? That's what I was hearing. That's what Ryok was saying. There's a like a rare by the beach that spawns every couple of minutes, supposedly. Or maybe just a named NPC. I haven't tried it yet. Hour to do the Dawnbreaker follower dungeon, because even though I set the tank to lead, it wouldn't go ahead of me, and I have no idea how to traverse that dungeon. I just waited for a dialogue to come up for a thing. That one is, I got stuck in there for a while myself this week when I was doing it for the rep quest. And I only figured out where to fly just because I've done it so many times in keys. That one, I get so disoriented in there. Why does the tank not lead? Maybe Dawnbreaker's too complicated for them too. You can have them lead, but I don't know what they do in Dawnbreaker specifically. People must like the flying in dungeons thing though, because they, you know, it's the second time they did it, so they must have liked how it went the first time. This fight used to take so long. These guys just had so much health. He's got the companion pet Mutt, so cute. Mutt. Which one was that?
Your little pets will die.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I love the little baby hyenas. Shipping and handling. Nice, congrats! Very careful flying dungeons. I didn't like it before Dragon Riding, and I don't like it much after. Well, Fairy, and thank you very much for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Heading through this way.
Our strands are strong. None will pass.
These guys. Hopefully all of this drops. I guess you don't want to pull too much stuff with Shadow Crush anyway, because Shadow Crush is target capped. take flight or you die mechanics only to realize I'm in static mode. Is it a problem on Dimensius if you have static mode on? I've never thought of that. I never have it. Like they waited for you to go somewhere and then you get near mobs, they get ahead of you, but not if you're lost. Yeah, I used to switch to static flying for Dawnbreaker specifically just because it stressed me out less when I was getting away from the boat. Static flying Dimensius and you're very dead. Oh. Dear. Very, very dead. Okay, I still have yet to get any more than the 49 venom I got in the beginning here. There's one. Okay, his flight form also death.
Overcrawlers. I've enough of you in my collection. Be gone.
I've never seen or like looked at the names of these enemies before. Sureki Unnaturaler? That verb. No, I guess it's not a verb, is it? I guess it implies that unnatural is a verb, and that's what's making my brain itchy. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. We're still on just 52 of this.
Interesting.
Tweaked Bigfoot, thank you very much for the 4-month reach. I appreciate it. This boss used to strike fear into my soul over here. And now, have a good day. Hi, Mr. Sunken.
Hope so.
So it's now for one who makes something unnatural. I mean, according to these mobs anyway. I wouldn't use it in your English class. Not a big fan. Yeah, it looks like once again most of your drops are going to be in the beginning of the instance. Well, at least this way we checked.
So persistent. For you, a reward. Witness the unparalleled wonder of transformation.
Clear the entire area before the first boss in City of Threads. Leave and repeat. You get about 50 in 6 to 7 minutes. Don't even bother killing the boss. Pair of rares. And South Siege hold respawn. Drop 10 to 13 blood. Long but easy. We just gotta run the dungeon over and over again. On these 2 rares, 1.2 minutes tops for them to respawn. Maybe I'll try that for a little bit, see how that feels. Clearly I did not need to run the rest of this dungeon. This was not the correct move.
AOE incoming. $10 to 12 vials. Couple of minutes. It would take about 2.6 hours to get 1,000. 50 to 53 vials. Oh yeah, someone's really done the math for City of Threads beginning versus there's a pair of rares down in Ajgahet. South Siege Hold. South Siege Hold. Where's the siege hold? 44.30. Man, Nerubian names will be the death of me. Oh, over there. Okay. Does this drop a new red panda? Same one as August. It's not quite finished yet. I think it runs until tomorrow's the last day, maybe? September 12th, I want to say. Is that the renowned mount? This mount is the vigilante mount. So this one is for doing all 6 of the warrant quests. Isn't he cute? Okay, so these are the 2 guys that supposedly nice and fast to kill. Yeah, dropped about 10 to 12. And supposedly they respawn every minute or 2? I wonder if this is the spot that I want to be for the respawn. 43, 30. Supposedly will always spawn basically right here. We're down 20 mount is the same, just a different color. More flesh-like. Let me see. I guess doing this farm gives me more time to play with my toys and look through my mount journal and stuff. Big list of mounts that I don't have. Ascendant Skyracer is Queen on Turk Mythic. Blueberry. I guess I'm not the only one who hasn't bothered with Blueberry yet. Oh yeah, I guess like the Siraki's good. I haven't even looked at all these things yet. Doesn't say anyone has this. I wonder if it's available yet. You know what? I'm gonna look it up. I'm sitting around waiting for mobs to spawn. Resplendent Karok. What does Wowhead say? It says it's from a world quest. It should drop from a world quest called The Hope of Koresh. Has yet to be up on any region. Turns out it has nothing to do with the world quest after all. You get a quest from Venari in the Oasis when you've completed the Ecological Stability achievement. Oh, it was bugged up until a few days ago. It's been fixed. If you already got max rank with each species but no credit, you need to log into an alt. Do the daily specific to that species. Okay, so the Mount Journal lies to you. I guess it's a world quest in the same sense that it is a quest in the world. Okay. So that's why I wanted the Ecological Stability. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Oh, it's a new Brewfest now. Man, I did not do enough Liberation of Undermine. What if I should do Liberation of Undermine LFR every week just to get my rep up? Whack that you get that mount from the achievement run of Manaforge Omega. Oh, a Karok? Is this the mage class hall mount? It's pretty. Same Karok basically. I wonder if they fixed the Karok that we got from I have the lavender one. No, I haven't fixed it yet. They still joist your camera way up here. Like it's 10 feet tall. Oh yeah, I never did finish Glory of the Argomar Raider. Why doesn't do that? Maybe it's a gnome problem. Secrets of Azeroth, never finished that. Yeah, I like this better than the Fall of Redemption. It's apparently not quite as fast, but it's a sight easier. Yeah, they're colored by rarity. That's Mount Journal Enhanced that's doing that. Spawn a Galacrest is cool, but I just can't be bothered. There was something that was annoying about doing Glory of the Orgrimmar Raider. There was some achievement that was gonna be kind of fussy. And I don't really remember what it was. Yeah, I don't have that. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff we haven't done. Time Warp badges. All kinds of Secrets of Azeroth stuff. Maybe I'm not a mount collector anymore. I'm falling behind over here. So many here. A lot of glory achievements that I never did. Oh yeah, Rat Stallion, that's right. I am 5,000 of 20,000 sightless eyes collected. That's not close. Getting more competitive. Is it? I feel like collecting is exactly as competitive as you perceive it to be, because you can feasibly do it, enjoy it, have a wonderful time, without ever worrying about what anyone else has collected. You know, it's not like I would agree that it was getting more competitive if there were like a lot of, I don't know, Blizzard-sponsored mount-off tournaments or something crazy like that, with like huge prize pools, but I don't know. I think it's exactly as competitive as you make it for yourself. It might be a you thing, yeah. Glory the old year Raider solo? Might be something to look into. Like the little mount show we had. I like the one from the anniversary event. That was really fun. There's Glory the Vault Raider. Yeah, it's a leatherworking mount. Those are challenge modes. I'm surprised they're even in my mount journal. Yeah, a lot of work if you want everything for sure. Yeah, my liberation of Undermine is really behind. Holy moly. Maybe we'll farm it in a couple expansions when we can solo it. More people doing it with more intent, becoming more challenging to move up ranks or keep up. I gotcha. I mean, that's a good thing, right? If it's popular. Increasingly popular, you know, it's not like a dying art form. 95% of guides nowadays require you to have 2 to 5 accounts. Yeah, I wouldn't count that as soloable if they want you to be multi-boxing it. Like, at that point I feel like we're really stretching the definition of the term. Okay, there's a lot of Liberation of Undermine mounts that are pretty cool that I do not have. It's making me want to queue for a Liberation LFR. How hard could it be? You know what? While we do this, we may as well sit in queue. If it's gonna bribe me and I have a chance to get the Soul Hunters thingy. Yeah, I like this one. This isn't fast. This would still take you almost 3 hours to get all of the stuff that you need, but I don't know, it's nice and chill. Plus you're doing if it was only like one spawn every like 20 minutes, but it dropped a bunch more stuff, I still don't know if it would be worth it. I feel like it's nice that there's something for you to do every couple of minutes. Augment Rune's still worth a lot somehow. Not enough people have the Infinite yet. And the Infinite's so expensive. There must be some people that kind of do the math on how many they would need, like, to break even. Had to wait around 2 hours the other day for Undermine LFR. Taking WoW breaks not for the weak. Oh man, as a DPS or like a tank or a healer. Man, more people have Elenira than the Isles here. Oh, that's pretty. Why did I think it was a dragon? Oh, I kind of want that. That's nice. Although the way his beak is curved kind of makes it look like he chipped it off somewhere, like he tried to peck something and that he shouldn't have done. You should farm it. I should, yeah. I wanna stick with Seasburg, because we've come this far, but Alanir is next for sure. It's a really fun animation. Took me like 2 days. What are the rarest mounts that I don't have? Well, that makes sense. Did pick up skinning, join a bee wolf farm. Well, I did the bee wolf farm for the cinder bee pollen, and I only got one, and I don't want to have skinning. I'm gonna try the beach rare. Very pretty with a Shadowbreeze void one as well. This I'm pretty sure is the mount that you just have for doing 20. I think that's the mount you get for 20 of the anima whatevers. Devoured pods or something. Devoured energy pods. Yeah, translocated gorger. So I just need another 8 of those. Still need to do 2 more devour swarms, 18 to 20. Oh, you're basically right there. That is PvP. Glory of the Omega Raider. That's got to be the rep vendor. Man, they want so many resonance crystals. I guess I have enough, technically. I should pull my Kej and transfer it. Oh, no. This is all the Kej I have. Never mind. Maybe after I kill these again, I'll go transfer my Kej. You ready to go do PvP grind? No. I don't wanna. I got too many other things that are more fun. Went outside to water some of my wilting planter plants. Sun blistering 27.2 degrees. Oh, no. No, I don't have Sithar, but I have bad luck in finding him up, and I have bad patience for like sitting around waiting for him. I got the Urmag mount though. Disenchant 3 sack brews, why not? Three sack birds and an edict. I slept through my guild doing the Undermine Raid Glory run. Oh no. That's a bummer. Because you know that's something that they're like never gonna do again. Do follower dungeons? Yeah, that's how we got the first step done. I feel like I like that pair of rares a little better for this step though. Like I know it's not quite as fast as doing the beginning of City of Echoes, but like it's a lot more chill. Feels nicer. Well, it's coming along. We're up to 130. Have you killed him at all? Yeah, I killed him at least once or twice. I think the drop rate is pretty good. But not guaranteed. So there's a currency guy. Is it you? No, you're the general guy. No. That's not it either. I'll pick this the Weaver up in a minute. Is it right by the portal? Maybe it's opposite the portal. I feel like I've learned where the vendor is a few times. I'm almost forgetting it. There's a currency exchanger. They've got like a funny little name. Thought it was on the lower level here. I really dislike this area. I have, to this day, a terrible time getting around. Currency exchange, Kamuko, that's it. That's who it is. There we go, a couple thousand resonance crystals. That's all I wanted. ATT mini mog farm from rares? I'm working on my Nerubian venom. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Gonna try and nap a bit before work. have a nice nap. Let's see. Maybe these guys are back up again. Oh yeah, they pat down here. They give you somewhere in the neighborhood of like 10 to 12 venom every time you kill the pair of them, and they take just a minute or two to respawn. So it's not super fast, but it's nice and chill. Is there anything else I want to do around? I was kind of hoping that would count as an activity in Ushkahet, but alas. Not so much luck. Oh, you know what I could do maybe? I could fish. Mm. Do I have my sound? Yeah, kind of. Oh no, my fishing skill, it's not good enough. I was hoping I could like open water fish really successfully. Thanks for being a great comfort with your streams. Thanks for being here. You've stuck with me for a long time. Well, I guess if I'm busy fishing, I'm not going to see when they respawn. Hardest zone to fish needs to be high. I thought I had it, like, capped. I have fishing 300 plus an extra 15 from the Underlight Angler. Yeah, the fishing mount. Yeah, I believe I do. I think I do. What's the, let's see. What was it called? Legend of the Deep? That's the one. I like that emote. Yeah, I have the hyper-compressed ocean too. Doesn't really drop anything worth fishing though. At least not for me. I have the, I think I have everything that it would give me. I'm not swimming. I'm levitating. It's different. I don't have the pond nettle, but does it drop from the hyper-compressed ocean? I thought it was just the sea turtle. We could do, maybe if the pool keeps respawning, we can do one pool in between spawns. Even all of the Mog? Well, how much Mog drops from it? Is there an all the things list that I can use to check on hyper-compressed ocean toy stuff? Oh, hey! My LFRQ! I forgot I signed up for that. Under fishing, okay. I will take a look in a sec here. Shows when you hover over it for me. I wonder if these Regal Dotty backs are worth anything. Yeah, 20 gold. 5 Mogs, but only a couple are unique. Gotcha. Oh, I got 2 imperfect nullstones. That's exciting. This is a really long-lived fishing pool. I feel so silly. I've been flying around wondering what the horn is. Why I don't have alerts? It's not even my game. The horn. I mean, I don't have rare scanner on or anything. What is my all the things? For my setting, let me take a look at it. For the things that I have it collecting, 72.8%. And that is for account mode. But I disabled PvP. So that will make it less valid to some people. But for the things that I'm looking for. Professions. Fishing. So it says I am missing the Corway shovel. Really? Oh, and then I didn't get the Dasher's trophy fish because it looks, as far as I'm concerned, exactly the same as the Stinkrat Smasher. Van Cleve's boots. Van Cleve's boots. Which are also available off of a vendor in Nax Ramus. But it looks like I have the other 6 things that it might drop. I was hoping another pull would spawn right here. Oh, it was my Q pop. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I do have that sound on. Here, I'll turn it down a little bit. I think it's probably a bit loud for you guys. I think it's louder for you guys than it is for me right now. Oh, convoy treasure. Oh, maybe that was like a rare. That's funny. I was hoping there would be other nearby fishing pools. I'm not good enough to catch stuff out of open water. Maybe I need a war within fishing pole. Ah, there it is. Maybe we'll get into this one. Maybe not. I'm just trying for a chance at the yellow far Reshi boots. Spent 10 minutes looking through my new add-ons to see if something was blocking invites or something like that. Ah, it's just me. Need my heroic Reshi boots. I mean, I would love heroic Reshi boots, but I don't think the world wants to give them to me, so I'm gonna take anything I can get. I have normal, they're quite good. I have veteran regular boots. And it's a little sad. I don't even think they have good stats. Yeah, they're mastery verse, they're fine. Here, I said I would heal, so I gotta get into holy. This is the first LFR that I've done this patch. Hi Hazel, I've been painting all day today with your VODs on. Thanks for all the content you do. Hope you're now feeling better. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a lovely time painting. That sounds very relaxing. I have heroic boots, they sim worse than my champion Reshi boots. You just DPS, it would make it go faster. But I like healing. Plus, what if they need me? We've only got 3 bosses here. Forge Waver, Fractalus, and Soul Hunters. Besides, I think I'm a much better Holy Priest than I am a Shadow Priest at this point in my life. Could have had the heroic boots week 3 of the season, if not for a Windwalker monk who for some reason crafted embellished myth track boots and then won them. Embellished myth boots crafted is crazy. I always misread this as Man Event Aphid, and I just kind of want to unleash ladybugs on it. I'm also kind of a professional at getting toasted by the beam. I usually, just to be safe, I like to wait. Maybe they turned it off. Oh, no, they didn't. I was like, maybe they turned it off for LFR. Boom. There we go. The first couple of times I got fried by that, I had no idea what was going on because I saw other people jump across and I didn't understand. What do you mean? I did the same thing they did. Why am I toast? Dropping crumbs over here. Haven't played this game since COVID, but the dragon flying just might make me come back. It's pretty good. Once you get used to it, you forget how you lived without it. Or at least that's the way it was for me. Especially now that you can use it for basically almost any flying mount. It's nice. Feels smooth. It's never bad gameplay, just blame lag. It's always lag. A lot of hunters in this LFR. I was just kind of like looking at me like, that's a lot of green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In what, a 25-man group? Is that what it is? Yeah. Kind of 18 DPS. 8 of them are hunters. No judgment from me. And our healers are exclusively priests and druids. Very good at the moment, so everyone's re-rolling. Oh, the word got out that hunter is meta. Well, then what am I doing? I love making hunters. Or leveling hunters. Ooh. I was going to say that's pretty, but then I remembered that I have that. That's the midnight mount. Adjusting for the lack of hunters and race to world first. Been playing a survival ult because I love being off meta. Apparently I got a huge buff or something. That's what my read was telling me. I'm like, wow, great. That's exciting. I didn't know I was bad. Nerfus again in a week or two, probably. They still suck in raid, but for keys they're pumping. Gotcha. Is player housing really coming this winter? Feels too good to be true. Sure looks like it's on the way. We have a BM hunter in raid. She is a force to be reckoned with. Been playing Ellie Shaman since Wrath on and off. Glad to finally have my time to shine. When player housing arrives, my roommates are never going to see me again. Oh man, I love your name. Pumpernickel Pickle Pie. Just sounds fun to say. Big Fire, thank you very much for the 68-month resub. Finally got ecological stability. New mount awaits. Very nice. Also, welcome Raiders. Thanks, Dolphin. Changed it to this like a month ago for the funnies. Pumpernickel Pickle Pie. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
PI Random Hunter. There you go. Happy birthday. I feel like a seasoned veteran of the season now because every time I do the world boss, I know what the little spot that ports you into phase space looks like. And then I go do it, and I'm like, well, look at me, I'm doing the mechanic. I finally learned. Times change. Maintain that that's an awesome superpower. BM's been buffed by an estimated 11%. Was said too much. Reduced it a bit, and then theory crafters realized they made a mistake, and it still turns out to be 11%. Haven't played since just after Battle for Azeroth, I think. Lots has happened. All kinds of things have happened. Love that phase against the world boss. Nicer is melee. I'm happier with it now that I know what's going on. And that I've had the time to kind of get used to what's going on. Because people explained it to me the first time I ever pulled it. I just didn't have the brain cells ready to digest it yet. I wasn't really looking at stuff. I dropped ads in a bad spot. Oopsies. Yeah, it's LFR. If there was anywhere for me to be kind of like mentally AFK, it would be here. Anything really huge I should know about? Oh, since BFA? Dragon riding. Depends on what kind of things that you like to do. That's a good one. I'll drop it on the side of the boss system. make me super excited. Professions are going to be very different. That may or may not be exciting to you, depending on... Did it reset? What just happened?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm so confused. You know what? I'm PIing a different random hunter this time. Someone was outside, they got targeted with something. Oh. That would explain. There's somebody in chat being like, I said I wasn't ready last time. Oh, like a soak. Yeah, Salatath is a much bigger character. She's fun. They added lots of sort of expansion-wide meta achievements that are really fun for collecting because they have you doing lots of different things to get like a really cool mount. Here's an example. This mount is like a really big... Here, let me show my character. Really big, like puppy dog kind of mount, and that's for doing a dragon flight sort of meta achievement that has you doing different achievements across of like all dragonflight content. Pretty cool. And they went back and tacked on some to older expansions as well. Never quite got why people hated BFA. Was obsessed with the art direction. I liked a lot of things about BFA. The systems let it down a little bit. But they got along fine with me because I never really stressed myself out about artifact power or Azerite power. Like, the system was built in such a way that if you weren't too pressed about it, you could be like pretty good with no effort. And it was only that if you wanted to be the best of the best, like if you wanted to be like, it was a problem for min-maxers, but if you weren't too stressed about min-maxing, it was great. Because like you couldn't fall too far behind. It was only a problem if you wanted to get ahead. I'd say the main failing of BFA for me was that the factions were so separate, and I get why they did it. It was kind of the theme of the expansion. But the factions were so separate that I ended up just not playing one of them and missing out on a lot of the content because of how annoying it was to navigate around the Horde city and how separate the two factions felt. I just never bothered playing Horde. And then I had to go back and do a bunch of stuff. Need to order ice cream? Do you like ice cream? I do, every now and then. I like ice cream with like in a cone with nuts, you know, kind of like a drumstick sort of situation. Or mint chocolate chip ice cream's pretty good. It has to be hot out though. I can't have it if it's not quite warm out. Otherwise I get too cold on the inside and I can't recover. But we have ice cream sandwiches in the freezer, you know. I bought Dunkaroos, actually. I was at the store, and I thought, who's going to stop me? And I bought Dunkaroos, and I was like, I'm going to have these during Raid. And I had a little thing of them during Raid, and I don't know if they got worse or if I grew up, but it was not the experience, it was not the joyful experience I remember from my youth. Definitely worse. The cookie, I kept trying to dunk it, which is the whole point of Dunkaroos, and the cookie kept breaking because it was like, it had no cookie integrity. The FOMO stress and needing to play both sides in BFA made me quit super early on. You grew up? Yeah. Arguably. I couldn't have grown up that much because I still bought Dunkaroos. My toddler nephew came to visit, you know, with his parents. and they had picked up some, and he was having some while he was here, and I was like, you know what, that's a good idea. And I bought some when I was at the store. It wasn't the same. Yeah, I got the chocolate one. It wasn't great, but you know, it wasn't big either, so it wasn't a big deal to finish it. Maybe I'll bring them. You bought them for the last time. I think I may have. I don't think it's worth trying any other flavors. Alright, gonna roll for Mog. Gonna roll for Mog. Not that I'm gonna win for Mog, but we can roll for Mog. We finally killed a boss, wow. How was my healing? Eh. There's not really a lot of healing to be done. You're right, I probably could get away with switching to DPS. I don't think there's plenty of people doing good DPS in here, though. I don't think they especially need me.
The rest of you, evacuate to the wastes and find a way back in. I will gather my forces and meet you once I've done so.
Telefar just need everything. But then I wouldn't be being true to me. Why does that remind me of kangaroos? Probably because of what they're called. It is a shame there's not more kangaroo branding on Dunkaroos. They had Betty Crocker branding. I feel like kangaroos are secretly terrifying. Like, I've never met one. But anytime I see a video of them online, they look like you owe them money. They're just really jacked, super ripped, and ready to kickbox. Yeah, they're openly terrifying. But they don't seem to be like a huge day-to-day problem for people. So maybe it's like how lots of wildlife could harm you, but like generally speaking isn't super interested in doing so.
I need bigger prey.
Oh, I hope they try to run away. It's more fun.
There's some deer that live around here that go through my property all the time, and my dog likes to stare at them. And I like these deer very much because they seem much nicer than the city deer in that they haven't chased me yet. Like they don't. It's a mom with her 2 babies, and she seems uninterested in pursuing, attacking. She's behaving like what you would expect a deer to do, which is basically just to stay where she is and mean mug you. It's great. They seem much less aggressive than the deer in Victoria. You know, my dog stares at her, and she kind of stares at my dog, and everybody minds her. Everybody gets along from a distance. I'm pretty sure she decimated my hosta, but that was my fault for leaving it outside of the fence. And it looks like it might grow back. Cities make deer grumpy. Yeah, there's just, I guess there's so many threats to them and they're young that they get nervous about it. They don't bother you, generally speaking, unless you have a dog. But trying to walk around the city with a big dog was like an exercise in, I don't know. You had to kind of like scope out which streets they like to be on, and you always had to be watching out for them. And if you saw one, you would turn around and don't walk that way. It wasn't worth trying to cross by one, even on the other side of the road, because they would run at you. They would chase you down. Yeah, I'll do the thing. No, I didn't even get it. Yeah, you're right. It's the cost of living. The property taxes, they're just out of control. Or the rent. I may have to pay property taxes, but I don't have to pay rent anymore, and that's pretty exciting. Is Druid in a good place? The answer won't stop me from playing one. I don't know. I see a bunch of them in this dungeon. Yeah. picking this up. I want it. I want a job. And you don't even get the consumption debuff or anything, so. In Wild here, I know people have to pay so much attention to random wildlife in cities. At most, you'll see a squirrel here. In Oregon, yeah, in like suburbs outside Portland, you would see squirrels and it wouldn't be a problem. I was never worried about wildlife. I think I saw a coyote once, and I just kind of like looked at it and kept walking, and there was no problem. Just moved to Oregon. Nice. Yeah, I spent 7 years there. Outside of Portland. It was nice. It kind of feels like a fever dream now. It feels like a weird, I don't know, chapter of my life that's like not connected to anything else. Because I grew up here, and then I moved away, and then I moved back. It's just a bit, I don't know, funny. Feels funny when you're kind of like categorizing your memories. How's this going? It's going okay. Yeah. There's spirit level. A long fight. Doesn't seem to do a lot of damage though, so it's pretty much a game of walk over the puddles if you have the thing. I like doing this as a healer because it lets the DPS not worry about it. Alright, second intermission. Maybe it'll drop boots and maybe I'll win them. It's a possibility. They should be 1 second way more mobile. I mean, but I don't have anything else to do. They at least have buttons to press. It's LFR. Most banded tanks just hate stacking the bosses together. I mean, it looks kind of annoying. You have to chase them around all over the place. But maybe I'm not so bothered about it because I'm not a melee, so I don't have to think about it. Doesn't make any difference to me, aside from how long this is going to take. I wonder if this is going to be a problem. I think we're killing them pretty far apart from each other. Mike Lee. Exactly. Maybe in LFR they give you a little more grace on when you do them. Odd that it matters close to 0. Yeah, nice. Okay, what do we get here? Play bracers. Cloth gloves. Hey, cloth Reshi boots. We need. What did I roll? I rolled 59. Yeah, it's probably not gonna cut it, but you never know. Maybe there's not any clothies in here. There's not a lot of them, to be honest. All the hunters are kind of boxing them out. I'm probably rolling against the other priest. There's no mages. There's no warlocks. So it's not bad. No, those are the gloves! Oh. Yes! I actually got Reshi boots from LFR. I know that's what I queued up for, but the odds of it seemed not very good. I don't know. I do need the mog. That's why I mog rolled on them. I just didn't expect to get them. That's funny. Yeah, LFR. It's better than nothing for sure. I didn't even think of it until until that moment that there's only 2 clothies in this whole raid. That's so funny. That's really convenient. Congrats. I won it with a 59. I don't even know if the other priest rolled on it. Maybe they don't need it. No, they would have taken him, I bet. Yeah, those are... As soon as we get out of combat, those are going on my feet. Cloth Reshi boots not dropping her up. No, there's only one set, and I'm a healer, so I'm like bottom of the list. There's mages and warlocks that are ahead of me, and we've only seen 1 pair so far. I was wearing veteran non-Reshi boots. It's embarrassing. 2 mains are mail and leather. I always lose rolls. That's nice. Help with a little bit with Demencia's progression tonight. I can't believe I got them on my first LFR. That's so lucky. Man, that guy's just standing there, living his best turret dreams. There's so many hunters, right? 18 DPS and 8 of them are hunters. This will be kind of fun in LFR, actually. I've never done this on LFR. 20% more frequently on the LFR ones. Plus, those could be catalyzed for transmog eventually, too. I should stick them in my bank and try and remember that.
3, 2, 1.
I have a feeling there's not going to be, like, a safe spot. He's dying fast, though. Wait, are they just random? Or no, they're not. Okay, I can see them now. This boss seemed so cool when we were testing it. And then, like, in practice, it's kind of, you know, it's fine. There's not a lot to do. Kind of a pain, yeah. There's not an awful lot that needs to be done about, like, the one job of the fight. And aside from that, there's nothing really going on. It's just a, can you look behind you? Yes, no. It is a weak aura boss. I don't feel like you need a weak aura for this. Is it harder on normal and heroic? Not really, no. We one-shot this on heroic. It's pretty much the same thing. That one and done for the story in LFR. Cleared heroic a few times with 0 weak cores for the whole raid. Relatively simple other than the last 2 fights. Yeah, I'm not using any raid weak cores this tier at all, and we're doing heroic. It might be different on mythic, but it usually is. It's a nice thing about not being a mythic raider is whatever they're up to is not my problem. The only boss I had a hard time with, took a couple tries, were Demon Hunters and Dementius, mostly because my flight form didn't work. Yeah. Needed to use a real map. Bit upset that they had Reshi Boots and 50% for all difficulties for most of PTO. It might have been a little bit broken. Okay, nice. Mongrel. Mongrel. Greed. And I got, what did I get? I got 3 augment runes and 900 gold. And the augment runes I can sell for 1200 gold each. It's not too bad for however much of my time this took us. I'm so happy I got my, Reshi boots. It's crazy. We'll have to get them upgraded. I should have just reduced it by 5% for difficulty. Do you get the free augment runes? No, we discussed this. I don't have the rep for it. I am sadly deficient in Liberation of Undermine reputation. I didn't do enough of it, so I don't have the rep level for it. Which is kind of nice, because if I did, then I would feel like I had to go do it. And I don't. Take 3,800 gold from that, though. That's not too bad. Now, are my friends patrolling up and down here? Yes, they are. Oh, I didn't switch my spec. Oopsies. Really surprised you don't have the rep. Are you? We tend to take big, long breaks between tiers, and lately, once we've cleared the boss on Heroic, we will maybe re-clear one more time, but people have so much gear from keys and delves that, like, generally speaking, there's not a lot of motivation to keep gearing after we've cleared Heroic Raid, because half the reason we were gearing in the first place was to clear Heroic Raid. So we usually will farm like 1, maybe 2 more weeks, and then we'll be done. And we had it cleared pretty quick. You just get so much gear from other stuff now. Two hero pieces of Delve gear a week. I mean, there's Vault too, though. I definitely got a couple of pieces from Delve. You think the barrier to entry for Mythics is still too steep? For Mythic what? Mythic Dungeons or Mythic Raid? The male Reshi boots dropped, and I didn't need on it because I didn't think they were anything special. Oh no! I think the main barrier to entry for Mythic Raid is finding a group that is, you know, coordinated and running correctly. It's like a human barrier more than anything. because of the raid limit size. You know, they have a lot of different things to juggle. You have to juggle people's schedules and personalities and skill levels and classes and raid balance and whatever. So getting into a group like that is kind of a project. Next time I'll be ready. I mean, if you're raiding with the same group of people, that's, you know, one person, whoever got them, isn't going to be needing on them this time, so that's something. My pool respawned. Something to do while you're waiting for these two guys to come up. Although, you know what? If you look at the time, I think we're just about done for today. They need worse than me, or 683 healer. I'll kill them one more time. We made it to 188 out of 1,000 Nerubian Venom. Not too bad. I'm gonna keep chipping away at this before I start Alanira. But this is good. I'm glad that we got the chitin step done. We keep going with heroic raid till the end of the season. We used to do that, but we found that we were burning our raiders out, and we have a much better time when we take breaks. Especially if people generally don't need the gear as much anymore. There's kind of no point. It's nice to take a break, and then people do like Mythic Plus or whatever, or just play other games. Our guildies tend to kind of run different games with each other. But it is true that if I had continued to raid for the whole season, I would have more Undermine rep, and I would be able to get those augment runes. Yeah, plus delves. Exactly, that's what I was saying. Yeah, like Silksong. Have you been playing Silksong? Do you like it? There's just so much other content you can do other than just raids. It's kind of nice to mix it up. I love raiding, but I get burned out on it if I do it for too long. It is a big ask for my attention span. Still have to play the original Hollow Knight. There you go. I guess I should put those into my bank. Alright. I think we're finished for today, but we'll be back tomorrow with a Friday Hazel live stream. Thank you very much for joining me today. Nice to be back for a full stream time slot. Appreciate the company. Thanks for being here. Good luck with whatever it is you're up to, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.